And this is the Battleship Massachusetts. She was a South Dakota class battleship. As you can see here, entered service in 1942. A series of ships, a total of 4. She was designed originally as a South Dakota class, was subject to the treaty limitations. The ship was well-balanced characteristics in terms of armament, speed, etc., protection. By the end of World War II, she had a very decent set of AA abilities. We're going to take a look at her survivability is at a rating of 82. She has a torpedo protection range of 48%, which is about pretty close to what the Battleship Alabama has. Battleship Alabama is about 50% torpedo protection. Her armor is 457 millimeters, which gives her a pretty good thing, but that does not give you carte blanche to put yourself to a broadside to the ship, to anybody for that matter. You still want to be angled under any cases. This is one of the 16-inch, 406 millimeter 45 Mark 6 weapons, guns that she carried. They are a 3x3 position configuration. We'll go around here a little bit, give you a look at her fully without everything being exposed to her. She's a good looking ship. This is one of the camouflage schemes that comes with it. We're going to go to the secondary armaments, look at one of those. Those are 5-inch. These things, interestingly enough, have a, if you can look here, are a little bit greater range than what we would see on the other ships. Firing range 7.9 kilometers, which puts it pretty much in the same class as, say, the Bismarck and some of the other German ships that have some pretty extensive long-range guns. This is the problem that I've seen with some of the ships. Let me compare this to the Alabama real quick. As you can see, we're going to put her, as you can see, the difference in the firing range. Almost the guns are the same, but virtually the Massachusetts can reach out and touch someone if she wants to, which is probably a good thing. If you have manual fire control enabled, which I do recommend on any battleship to do so. She comes with a 10-point captain. Mine is Charles Alderson. Hello, Charlie. The main battery firing range is 21.2 miles, or 21.2 kilometers, pardon me. We're going to compare this to the Alabama. Alabama can reach out further a little bit, 24.5. She carries 406 millimeter guns, which is basically the same type, but they're a little bit different weapons. I also have the North Carolina. We can compare that to her as well. You can see the secondaries. Again, on the same thing, North Carolina, they don't reach out and touch very far. They're only about 5.3. Massachusetts got the long-range guns. AA defense. She's got quite a few. 25. These little tiny things, 20 millimeter guns. They were pretty much firing range 2.2 kilometers out. If you're engaging something at that range, you're already in trouble. These are the quad range, same thing, about 2 kilometers, or again, dual barrel, 20 millimeter guns. The 40 millimeter Boffers, as they like to call them, or quads, if you will. These weapons could reach out about 3.5 kilometers out. So there's a pretty good, significant number on them. These are dual purpose guns. Again, they are dual purpose for a reason. They go so surface and air, and they're quite, the firing rate on these things are quite significant. They have a range of 5 kilometers on anti-air, so they can reach further in surface actions versus the other type actions. She's a slow ship, as you notice, 27.5 knots, doing a turn radius, of course, like any battleship. Excuse me. She has kind of a slow. She's got a wide turning radius. Her rudder shift time is also considerable. She can be seen detectability-wise 16.1 kilometers away. Of course, any battleship of her size, any ship of that size, for that matter, would be picked up at a distance by anybody. Basically, you can probably see that But I like to say I could be seen from space. Yeah, this is one of those. But anyway, during World War II, before the advent of radar, that was mainly the biggest thing that everybody wanted to do. Give a little bit better look here. Back in the background is the Red Oak Victory, which is where everybody gets their stuff and the containers and whatnot. A brief history about myself. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I served on mainly destroyers and frigates in the U.S. Navy for 13 years. Saw action overseas, including action on patrol boats in the Persian Gulf prior to the first Gulf War. Now, we're going to get her ready to go. I've already got her modules located. I put it up. I put these modules out for a reason. I don't believe in pulling punches, and I'd rather go with auxiliary plotting room than anything else, because that's crucial. And helping put your rudder shift time helps you a lot. And detectability, acquisition of torpedoes, assured acquisition of enemy ships 50%. That's a crucial thing, because again, her main batteries are not as great as she has, and that the other ships would have of that type. I do have a spotter aircraft on her. I do have the maximum. I have the golden, if you will. I'm using the Aislinn mods on my game. It helps out a little bit. It helps me determine, okay, did I forget my mods or something? I can glance over and see what I put on there. This ship is again a battleship from World War II, and you can see the kind of the differences of the hull design along her hull versus, say, Alabama, which has a similar design, versus North Carolina, which does not. So you can see the kind of the vague differences in between all the two. But again, this is a different type of ship. A little bit difference in terms of what was produced by when the Alabama came out. Again, she's a South Dakota as well, but again, she entered service about the same time as Massachusetts did. But both ships have different characteristics, of course, in the game. So it's something as whether you have Alabama or Massachusetts, they're still both fun ships to play. I think should have similar handling and engagement characteristics of the ship. We're going to go ahead and put flags on her. I've already mounted my extra flag. I have a flag that I earned some time back. It's the military monthly contributor commemorative flag. I have 5% credits, 5% XP, and 5% commander from that flag alone. And of course, I put the other flag on her, which is the Massachusetts flag. We'll give you a little look at it here. This is the Massachusetts commemorative flag that they put on her. You can put on her. There's no benefits from it. I'm just flying it for the moment. I'm going to go back here and we'll start mounting, because I want to be able to get her captain ramped up a little bit. I'm going to put him into some good stuff here. I will go ahead and enable some flags for my AA guns, and I even want to reach out and touch someone a little bit further, so I put those extra flags on them. I'm going to go ahead and put my fire flag and my flooding flags up, and that'll give me one more. To make her go a tad bit faster, I would, but of course that maneuverability increases your ship's speed by 5%. That probably would about 30 knots, I think. You also have the option of loading up consumable time, reloadable, but I'm going to go ahead and put the speed flag on her for today for this mission. And of course, being that she's brand new and she's probably just in the right in the premium store, this will probably make me the focus target of everybody who sees me, because whenever a new ship comes out in the game, everybody wants to blow your ass up. So yeah, that's the fun part. If you're wondering about this background, I'm not in the port of New York. It just, to me, it was too busy for me. I just could not handle all the craziness going on with the July 4th events coming up, and I wanted something a little bit more peaceful. So this is the HSF High School Fleet port, Yosuka port, where the anime took place at. It's fictional, of course, this port facility is, but I think it's a nice setting for this ship to appear. But we're going to go ahead and hit the battle. I'm going to go into random battle, of course, and see what happens. When you first set up, when you first come into battle, especially with a brand new ship, you're going to need to set up your ship from the get-go. You want to hit the map button. Looks like any of the other ships, she does not have radar. I wish she did. World War II, they do have it. She did have radar at the end of World War II, like any of the other battleships. But again, this is a problem. You know, sometimes historically, they're not accurate per se. And there's been people complaining about the radar in the game. Well, got news for you guys and gals. Get over it. This type of stuff is for real. This is not, you know, the enemy had to deal with the same stuff. So this is something that, you know, everybody has to deal with. I'm going to hit M here real quick. That'll bring up my configuration for my map. And I want to go ahead and configure everything up so I can see at least where I've got. Again, I'm using some Aislinn mods. I'm going to switch over to AP immediately. I'm not a fan. Maybe I should stay with HE for the moment in case I got a battleship or destroyer showing up on me. The stern view of the Massachusetts, and we're going to go right in on her aft turret. Give you an idea what she looks like. Again, it's a nice view. And because of C, I'm not a fan of going up in this map of area C, so I'm going to mosey on over, and I really don't want to be in this area anyway towards C because that's tracks torpedoes from over there. I'd rather go out here and go further, a little bit further out. I'm probably going to support A and B instead to give me some cover off these islands too. Again, away from the being in the broadside. Let's take who we got facing here. There's another Massachusetts in there. Of course, somebody being piloted by a level 1 ranked member. Yay, facing off against him or her, whoever they are. PNG figures. Anyway, there's another battleship with me, a Massachusetts battleship. So we're all in here. Of course, everybody says we're a wallet warrior. Yeah, sometimes I am, but I've saved up the money. I don't spend randomly. I conserve. I get what I want when if I got the money for it, I'll get it.
Enemy force detected.
I'll do it. We got a Yamato with us. Magi coming out. We want to get the heck away here. I don't want to be in a broadside situation. A bunch of kids. I see a Zit kid, C-52 out there. Again, I'm using an Aislinn mod just to let you guys know. Again, it's legally authorized. So it's again, fun thing to have. Sometimes I recommend it. Please do recommend. I'll go ahead and put this guy. And he's curving up.
Spotter airborne. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Where's he finishing turn? Maybe I'll get over him. No, I'll fire HE first, see what happens. Des Moines is what I was aiming at. And he just stopped. He saw me firing at him. That little red and green symbol is from Aislinn. One of the Aislinn mods. Again, that tells me he's at all stop. And my rounds just missed him, and good, he got 2 hits from somebody. Made the mistake of waiting too long there. And slow down a little bit. Just to be safe. Let me see what else I got over here. What she got? Turn range, turn speeds. I'm a little pretty good for her size. She's zooming right along. I'll go ahead and fire HE again and back to AP. See if I can get him. Probably fired too late. Yep. Got to get used to her. Again, every ship has different characteristics. And that's one of the things, not every ship is the same in the game, of course. If it was, it'd be boring as hell. But I'll have to look at my next reload time. Target, I'm probably not far enough close into him, so.
Spotter returning to ship.
And I'm just out of his range. Reload, push north, make sure you go some cover. Hindenburg, where's the Hindenburg areas?
Enemy destroyer detected.
Damn, just missed him. Son of a bitch. That sucks.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Our team has taken the lead.
Damn. The spread pattern on these guns are terrible, I think. A little off. Pretty sure I hit him, or was getting close. I just can't nail him for some reason. Oh well, such is life. I'm gonna get used to getting this first mission with her. I don't know what the heck I'm having to figure out to do with her. Like that was like a shotgun spread on her. Finally got a hit. Back up to speed. Got a Montana over there. Myself a little bit.
Enemy battleship sighted.
One of the things too in the battleship, when you fire your guns, if you're going to fire all four or all of your weapons at the same time, change your speed around, change your course around a little bit. Oh, I got a good hit on him. And probably not happy about that. And we got a Yamagi coming up who's about ready to swallow hopefully some torpedoes. Nope, he missed him. Let's see if I can get some hits on him. Oops. Buffalo, you knucklehead, watch it. Idiot. Damn, hate people doing that. Well, he's gonna shoot up.
Enemy battleship detected.
Yeah, see what we get.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy destroyer sighted.
Blew up where my rounds hit. Let's see who's he firing at over there. Firing at Des Moines or yeah, I'm firing at Des Moines.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Used to it. The rounds are kind of off. It's kind of a strange pattern, firing pattern from these guns. I have to get used to them. And he's seeing me now. Not happy. He's firing at Buffalo. Who's he firing at? He's firing at Buffalo. Really?
Enemy destroyer
This
sighted.
is a strange gunnery system. Kind of weird behavior. up, put her up in the air. Hindenburg. Yep, he turned really quick when you saw my guns. Got him. Where the other ship went? There it is. It's turning a little bit on me, so I had to raise my guns up. Hopefully I compensated enough to... Yep, I got another hit, but not enough killing.
Enemy battleship sighted.
See what's over here. Antenna's still alive.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Which way is he going here? Just turning hard left.
Our victory is in sight.
Just off a little bit. Alright, that Des Moines went bye-bye. And I'm detected. That means I've probably got a battleship on this one.
Destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Finally got a kill with her. Nice. Montana's over there dying. Let me get arranged to put the plane back up. You run like a scalded
Spotter
chicken.
airborne.
That means there's a destroyer around here somewhere. Run this real quick. I didn't take no hits, that's good. Complete a goal for everyone. Overcome this one ship. Cool, I like that. Must be a new mission. That, whatever. 1-5 battles. Oh, joy. Forgot there were clan battles coming up. Yeah, go away.